So the piece I'm going to read for you, in my workshop we read a little bit of Matsuo Basho, and we read his record of a weather-exposed skeleton, and so I wrote a little kind of response, kind of mimicky piece about it. So it's a little bit of poetic prose, a little bit of haiku, which is a little bit outside my comfort range, but that's what these things are for, so. All right.
Yeah.
We started out on a month's journey, traversing a vast land full of secrets we wanted to discover. Myself and two others, a boy from my youth that almost shares my birthday, and a girl I had known for 2 years that felt like an era. We shared a vehicle bathed in gold finish, leaving our jungle behind to delve into another much larger. We filled a tank with fossils, using paper and plastic, and set off down the turnpike. Fish swim down near sea, concrete rivers full of steel. The West felt so far. At Philadelphia, we bowled under neon halos and followed a path that grew dark to a friend's home. We sat on cool stone steps and breathed tobacco into our lungs, chasing each forming memory with a swill from cold glass lips. We followed suit further down the coast, near national monuments set up like chess pawns, strumming strings until fingers bled. Polygon complex, outside the reach of new ghosts, Virginia sunset. We found the southern states to be inviting. Cool highways and shrouded mountains stretched like murals as we climbed and fell beneath the leaves. Cold sandwiches near a grill where careful insects made paper mansions. The inhabitants strangely cautious of our larger stature and the alluring saccharine aromas leaking from our lunch bags. Further south, the hills cupped the soup ladles of the bayous, full of browns and blues and greens that streamed together beneath the low bridges, the rhythmic bumping lullaby of grouse lulling my companions to sleep. Thick fingers of stew opened the cradle of warmth, Pontchartrain dreams. The desert of the West no longer mimes a blank check. Choking on sand-filled winds, I imagine finding destiny under a white tarp, staring into the rear of an ox. We tickled the spine of the Rockies in Arizona and stared into an abyss, before following a riverbank through the sunburned arches and canyons of Utah, finally settling again in a land lit by hydropower and run on the business of regret. Desert gem glistens, 100 degrees at night, many I have lost. From here we flew to the other sea, pushed forth by superficial expectations, some that would be met, others forgotten. We snaked along the edge of America's palm, where quakes threatened to crumble cliffs into gravel, swallowed by the gaping mouth of the sea. We saw cities boasting heaven, and then a heaven on earth, the city the clouds came down to meet. Spires reaching through cotton, a swimming pool for nations, international orange. Evergreens cast shadows and twilight lurked, blending a messy palette on our drive to Puget Sound. Late-night calls from the wild were unheard through etched glass. Some steel monster carried the weight of cars and dreams into a Monet sunset, except we never felt its beauty decline as we bargained passage, attempting to get closer to our horizon. We stayed the night in a hollow cabin near Rocky Beach, searching for meaning at the center of burned herbs. When we found the mainland again, our golden steed choked like emphysema, forcing us to seek refuge amongst tacky carpets and televised millionaires. Here we waited with remarkable patience, peeking in on detectives while the aroma of stale coffee mocked our misfortune, the tiny fingers of pine laughing as they swayed with western breezes. We carry lush scents. As we prisoners were beige, you'll find our road soon. From here we raced across the north on the polluted tails of motorcycles. They were always just 3 steps ahead. Even Sulphur Springs offered relief, the planet's farts. A Best Western, stocked with fireplace and Easy Mac, made the road less scary. Through Yellowstone's roads, past waterfalls and geysers, up through the plains beside Rainbow Lightning. South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin. They felt like memories before we even had the time to construct any. Chicago was far less windy than I expected, though we got lost in convex reflections. It was just lunch. Down through Indiana, I thought of tornadoes. How many have ravaged this land? The sky green with envy, jealous of what the ground had to offer, it sent down a scout to scoop some of it up. Such fingers of the gods, when, the last time you hungered, I raced by destruction. Kentucky never seemed so inviting as the time we crossed the river. I recognized the fleur-de-lis and felt at home, even though I am not French. I would come to recognize the symbol to mean far more for natives than just a clever decoration on mailboxes and garbage cans. But not here, no. We pretended to be wooden vegetables and spent too much on plastic discs, and there was a hot brown. Even when green skies threatened, feline friends led us underground. We stayed longer than we should have, bewildered by hospitality and chroma key banisters. Am I a vision? Plastic discs for cheese and bread, bechamel turkey. Overstayed welcomes were scoffed at, and I was given a fur coat and a banana. I held it like a pistol. 4 hours before I had to make the drive through Scotland, Pennsylvania. 80 didn't take us there, but I fell asleep on the John. The wheel had enough of me. We returned, better and worse. My friends need beer, I needed a bed. Thank you.
Corey Bell from CCA, ladies.